Okay, do not judge me about my face color. Yes, it is red. Yes, I just came out of the shower. And yes, that doesn't really matter. But today, we are going to talk about something extremely important when it comes into trading, which is knowing when to trade and when not to trade. Because at this point, we've understood daily bias, we've understood what we are targeting, we've understood the trades that we are taking. But one of the things that is extremely important to understand is when not to trade. Because a lot of the people, a lot of the traders that I know, they might know the technicals, they might know everything, but as soon as range-bound conditions come, they get absolutely smacked left, right, and center by the market. And this is because they don't know when not to trade. And I was in a live stream today inside of the Simple Trading Edge, and I was thinking about when not to trade. And we came to a very good conclusion, which I'm going to talk about here. So we came into a very good conclusion. Let me quickly do this, that, and this. Okay. So we were talking about how euro dollar and pound dollar, yes, they were looking good, but at this point, I did not really want to trade anything. And there's two reasons for it. Well, one, because let's say that my targets is here at the low. You don't have enough of a risk reward once the market is already down here to actually take a trade towards this low. And now you might say, well, so we just take a trade higher. But higher, you don't yet know if the market is going to go to the upside or to the downside. And the DXY gave us a very good explanation on when to trade and when not to trade. So I was talking to my students, and let me ask you, from everything that you know about the daily bias now, would you say that it's highly likely, ignore completely what time frame we are trading, ignore completely what time frame this is, and ignore completely the pair that it is, everything, and the fact that you know what happens after? Let me ask you, how likely do you think it is that the market is going to reach this low? Now that we had this push to the downside, so overall, the market is bearish, we are reacting out of this huge fair value gap, and we are starting to have this bearishness. What you would forecast on a daily, imagine this is the daily time frame, you would forecast for the market to move a little bit up, followed by the move towards the downside, towards the swing low, and first, obviously, towards this low right here. But afterwards, what you actually see happening, let me quickly move this out of the way, what you actually see happening is that the market moves lower, and then it proves you wrong. And so at this point, a lot of traders would be like, no, the market still has to move lower. I don't care. The market still has to move lower. Very clean lows. Now we have equal lows, so the market has to move lower. Not understanding that at this point, the market is showing you that you were wrong. In one of the examples that I like to use is that in terms of daily bias, what you would do would be bearish. So imagine this is one specific day, this one specific day. So bearish. I was proven wrong. I don't know. So we've talked about the power already of I don't know, right? So let me quickly change these into the right colors. So these you would have a bearish, and this you would say I don't know. Now, a lot of people are not comfortable with saying that I don't know, when in reality, the market is just showing you that it doesn't have any clear price action for you to trade. So why do you want to trade a market that you don't know if the draw on liquidity is this high or this low? So during the time where we are inside of the range and we are inside and you don't know where the market is going to go, you don't trade. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you are told to hit a baseball, right? You are told, hit the baseball. But then they cover your eyes, they spin you around, and you don't know exactly where you are. And you have two options. You either don't swing or you do swing. Keep in mind, you don't know where you are, you don't know what you are facing, you don't know when the ball is going to come. But you still try to swing, and the caveat is if you swing and you miss, you lose. But there's also the option of not swinging. A lot of the traders, they are the example of the guy that would just be like, It looks like they're trying to hit a piñata. Is that the type of trader you want to be? A trader that does not know where it is, I don't know where I am, yet I'm trying to execute. Why? If you don't know what the draw on liquidity is, you do not trade. And you need to find comfort in not knowing. So every time the daily bias is not clear, you don't trade, or you wait for a confirmation where the daily bias becomes clear. If the hourly is not looking good, you don't trade. If the 4 hour is not looking good, you do not trade. If one market is showing you bullishness and one market is showing you bearishness, let's say euro dollar is bullish, pound dollar is bearish, you do not trade. Because you don't know which one is going to take precedent. You don't know which one is going to take over. You don't know what direction we are going to go because one is showing you one is showing you the other. So that is not really the type of market that you want to be trading. You don't want to be the guy that does not know where he is, but is trying to swing. Why? You don't need to swing. Don't forget, you don't need to swing. Because every time you swing and you miss, you lose. And yes, there are going to be times where you're going to be boom, boom, and then you hit it and you're like, oh my God, great. And you forgot the 5 times that you swung and you missed and you lost money. So when I talk about this, I talk about the fact that right here, you do not know where the market is going. If you would ask me now it's looking more clear that we are going to approach the upside. And then eventually we do hit the upside. But what about now? Imagine this is the daily. What about now? Is the market going to continue moving higher or is it going to continue moving lower? Well, you don't know. At this point, you just say you don't know, right? And then when do you know? Well, once you have the confirmation again, you execute on this trade. Boom, to the upside. Obviously, this is out of trading hours, so I wouldn't execute on this. But it's extremely important for you to understand that so many traders lose because they're constantly trying to trade a market that they don't know. As soon as I saw this, I said in the Discord, listen, I'm not interested in anything at all. I don't know where the market is going. So why would I even care about executing, right? So I waited for the next day. And so on the next day, the market started moving higher and I was like, okay, looks good. And I executed on longs on pound dollar, right? Executed on longs on pound dollar. And the market did take me out for a minus 0.6. Does that matter though? No, because I waited for the market to show me something that was super, super clear. And look at this entry. This entry was absolutely beautiful. Entry, no drawdown, just straight into the final TP was at 50 pips. So the final TP was up there. So we went into 1.2 and then reversed back to minus 0.6. But again, the whole idea was there. And let me take you through this day, which was, okay, I think we are bullish. I think we are bullish. I think we are bullish. I don't know if we are still bullish on this candle. I don't know if we are still bullish right here. I don't know if we are still bullish, but if we reverse, I think we will be bullish. Once we reverse this, I execute. Boom, no drawdown, goes very, very nicely towards the take profit, right? Something that I would have changed is that I would actually have put the take profit way closer because it basically reached the extreme of this daily. And I did not notice. I was targeting the extreme of this extreme. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But again, it's the same thing right now where if the market does not give you a sense of direction, why are you executing? Right? It's the same thing as being blind and as someone blinding you and telling you to trade. It's not going to be profitable. And if you have the option to open your eyes, see where we are, then why are you not taking advantage of that? So a lot of traders, they would look at this and when they would be like, oh my God, it was so obvious that we are going to move lower from here down lower, so I should have executed here. No, you shouldn't. This is a bullish market. You wait for the market to reverse, give you the survival gap, and then the move lower. This was very, very clean. We talked about this in the live stream. In a live stream inside of the Simple Trading Edge, we talked about this. About this exact candle that came towards the fair value gap and started to break lower. Exactly that. We talked about it. I still didn't execute because I knew that it would be along with news. So I was careful with that. But again, the bias, as soon as we had this move lower, I said, we are very likely going to go to this low. And look at where we went. Instantly towards that low. Euro dollar, same thing. So euro dollar, if we quickly go here, okay, where are we going? Well, we're likely going for the high. We're very likely going to go for the high. We're very close to the high. Okay, we are retracing. Okay, now I don't know. Now we're going lower. That's what happened today, right? So notice how I was like, I don't know, bullish towards this high. Okay, that is wrong. That's fine. I don't know. Bearish. So for this full day, I had two biases, one bullish, one bearish. On the first one, it didn't directly go to my target. It moved nicely in my direction, but it didn't go to the target. And on the second one, I was very confident that the market was going to move lower, and it absolutely plummets. Right? Because I am not trying to predict what this candle is going to do. I'm trying to predict now that the liquidity is super, super clear. The draw on liquidity is super, super clear. At this point, I'm interested in shorting. And at this point, this is where I'm shorting. Right? This is where I would be shorting. So notice what happened after. We move higher. Where do we move to? We move to a 15-minute fair value gap. And then, beautifully, we move lower, right? So, we went from, I don't know, so notice this. This is all, I don't know. This is all bullish. This is I don't know. And this is all bearish. Right? So I want you to notice the percentage of the time that I was saying that I don't really know where the market is going and I don't really care about executing versus the time that I was confident where the market was going to reach and the market did reach. Right? So can you see that with patience, the market will set up very, very nicely. It's going to give you a sense of direction. It's going to give you an entry, and then you will be profitable. Once you understand that you don't need to know every single time, you will become profitable. This is one of the biggest game changers, right? This is one of the biggest game changers. What was one of the biggest game changers for me? We talked about this in the daily bias. It's like, where are we going next? Okay, this is the draw, but I don't know yet when we are going to go. We have a hint, okay, there's the daily fair value gap. I expect the market to react from there, but I don't know 100%, right? So you wait. You have the confirmation, boom, now I execute. That's all we have to do. Wait, execute, wait. That's it, right? Trading is 95% waiting, 5% executing and managing positions. Most of the time, and trading, I would say, is 50%, I don't know, but you have the sense of direction, but I don't know when the market is going to go. I know where it's going, but I don't know when it's going to go. And then 10% of, I know exactly that the market is going to go to that draw on liquidity, and that's where you execute. So as long as you are able to understand and accept this reality, you will be profitable. You will be profitable. You just don't need to know everything, right? You don't need to know everything. So notice here, this is now the daily. When are we going to the low? This is what I don't know was going to be. This is all I don't know. This is all I know we're going to the downside. Right? So notice how that from 17, so only, oh my God, I wouldn't have to count the bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not going to count. But can you see the difference in terms of times where you did know and you didn't know? This is what, 30% of the time. But you just wait for the right conditions, right? You don't need to try to call this high constantly. You don't need to try to call this high and call this high and get burned, and then this moving lower. You don't need that, right? DXY, same thing. I mentioned this, like now, I'm bullish. From here on out, I'm bullish, right? I was seeing this, and I mentioned in the Sunday market breakdown that I expect the market to retrace. I don't know where it's going to retrace to, but now that it's showing me bullishness, I'm interested in longs, DXY. So, again, a lot of people try to catch a falling knife. How? Okay, where is the low going to be? I don't know. Reversal? Okay, I think that this was the low. Yes, we are very far away, but do I care? No. You don't need to. You don't need to care about where the low is going to go. You react when the low forms. Instead of always being fearful of, no, I need to catch the low. No, you don't. You need a 50 pip move. That's all you need. If you need a 50 pip move, it does not require you to call this low. It does not require you to call this low. Right? So that is really it. This is one of the most important lessons that I can give you. And once you start understanding this, your profitability is going to go through the roof. Through the roof. You just have to be patient. That's all that it is. Right? So that is it for knowing when to trade and when not to trade. So once again, ask yourself, am I trying to hit the baseball while blind and not knowing my position? Now that I'm going to enter, do I know exactly what the draw on liquidity is? Is it clear that the market is going to hit it? Yes or no? Ask yourself that question. Are you trading blind, or do you know exactly where the market is going and that it's very likely going to go now? Ask yourself that question. So that is it. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay? Okay. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Click right here to watch the next one. And if you are struggling with overtrading, then click right here to check out Trade Blocker. Peace.